Now, let's start with language of Unit 6, global warming. And we come to the first one, vocabulary, matching.
Language.
1. Complete the sentences with the right form of the words or phrases. From 3. In getting started.
Now, the first one, having measured the companies, so the first one's carbon footprint. Carbon footprint. Title by number 2, scientists have warned about the relationship between climate change and the spread of. So number 2 is infectious diseases. Infectious diseases. Number 3, a large amount of carbon dioxide are released into the atmosphere by burning fossil fuels. So number 3 is emission. Now, how about number 4? Deforestation is one of the biggest environmental threats in the world. So, number 4 is ecological balance. Ecological balance. How about number 5? As global temperatures rise, there are more cases of heat-related illnesses. And number 6, although global warming is causing changing weather patterns, it is only one aspect of climate change. Now press down on submit button to check your answers.
Now let's move to the second part of language today, pronunciation. Today we come to study intonation on yes-no question and equal question. Listen and repeat.
Pronunciation. Intonation on yes, no questions and equal questions. 1. Listen and repeat these questions, paying attention to their rising intonation. 1. Do you agree with me?
Rising tone.
2. Can you talk about the effects of global warming?
3. Do you think that we can reduce our carbon footprint?
4. Is it true that global warming is getting worse?
5. Are most of the environmental problems caused by humans?
Now we come to activity 2 of pronunciation today is listen and mark.
2. Listen and mark rising intonation on the echo questions. Then practice reading the exchanges.
1. Most of the environmental problems are man-made.
Man-made?
Man-made.
2. Scientists are concerned about the effects of global warming.
Scientists are concerned about what?
Scientists are concerned about what?
3. I cycle to work every day.
You do?
You do?
4. By 2050, rising temperatures could lead to the extinction of 1 million species.
The extinction of 1 million species?
The extinction of the million species?
5. In order to save our environment, we should reduce our use of paper products.
We should do what?
We should do what?
Now, after you studied about pronunciation, do you know? An equal question is the type of question that repeats part of all of the sentence that someone has just said. We use equal question when we do not hear or understand what the speaker said, or when we want to express surprise or doubt about it. Equal questions are usually spoken with a rising information we usually expect the speaker to repeat or confirm the information. Now we continue. Coming to the third part of language today is the grammar. And today we come to study perfect participle in clauses of time and reason. Now, before we come to do the exercise, I would like to introduce you something about the perfect gerund or perfect participle. You can see that the perfect participle is a compound verb form consisting of the auxiliary having and the past participle of the verb. For example, having collected or having treated. And we can use the perfect participle in the clause of time to talk about an action that comes before another kinetic one. And we can only use the perfect participle clause to talk about the reason for the action in the main clause. And now we come to do the exercise, underline and rewrite.
Grammar. Perfect participles in clauses of time and reason. 1. Work in pairs. Underline the perfect participles in the sentences in full, in getting started. Then rewrite the sentences using after or then, or because or since.
For example, you have a first sentence, having planned to contain, we are now looking for supporting information. So after we have a plan, we are now looking for information. Or you haven't treated the environment irresponsibility humans now have to suffer, for example. So after or because.
Now let's move to activity 2 of grammar today is matching.
2. Match the two parts to make complete sentences.
Now, first one, after we identified the causes of global warming, so we match word E, we work out some solutions to reduce its effects. 2. Since they have used up the fossil fuel resources in their country, so number 2, we match word C, we have to find some time of alternative energy. 3. Because local people have cut down the forest to make way to farming, so number 3, we match with A. Now they have to suffer severe floods. 4. After we read the report on how the burning of petrol in cars contributes to climate change, so number 4, you match with B. We decided to sell our car and get a bicycle instead. 5. Because farmers had been informed about the bad effect of chemical fertilizer, so number 5, we match with G. They started using them sparingly on their farm. Number 6, after we talk with the environmentalist, so number 6, we match with H. We change our attitudes to nature. 7. Since people have ignored warnings about global warming for more than 20 years, so number 7 is with F. They have to suffer its effects now. And 8. After we had learned that humans are responsible for global warming, so number 8, we match with D. We were determined to reduce our carbon footprint.
Rewrite the sentences using perfect participles.
Now, having identified the causes of global warming, we work out some solution to reduce its effect. For example, so you rewrite.
Now we come to the next grammar point is perfect gerund. And do you know, we can use the perfect gerund to emphasize an action happened in the past before the past action denoted by the main verbs of the sentence, and it can be used in the following structure. For example, you have a two structure. First one, verb plus object, preposition, present perfect gerund, or the second structure is verb plus perfect gerund. And now we come to the final activity in your books or in IseeBooks is combination.
Perfect gerund. Combine the sentences using perfect gerund.
Now, look at first one. In the tree planting competition, the student in group 11 tree planted the most tree in the schoolyard. They were praised for that. So the first one, you write, the student in group 11 tree were praised for having planted the most tree in the schoolyard in the tree planting competition. The student in group 11 tree were praised for having planted the most tree in the schoolyard in the tree planting competition. Yeah, and we continue. Do the exercise from 2 to 7 and press on submit button to check your answers.
We've just finished language at Unit 6 Global Warming. At home, learners had always review all information of language and prepare the next lesson, reading. And in the reading, we'll study global warming is real. Don't forget to access to do the exercise again. Goodbye.